been a while, hasn't it? I've been a little bit absent over the last month and a bit, and yeah, life has been a little bit crazy over in my neck of the woods. So I wanted to pop on and say hello and see how everybody's doing and connect with you guys a little bit. I am going to do kind of a scrappy, chatty video to kind of update you on some life things that are going on here in my house. But I thought I would pop in and do this little part as a real-time voiceover to share with you what we're doing today on this really fun, fantastic hop. So Sandra from Scrapbook Your Joy put this hop together. It's a really great Canadian online store. Links are down below, so go and check her out so you can see all the great stuff she has. And she gathered together a group of scrapbookers to do a hop today with the theme of doing more with less. And so we're going to focus on PhotoPlay paper because they're a great company that tends not to put out a ton of those extra ephemera pieces, you know, all the extra enamel dots and chipboard stickers and leather stickers and puffy stickers and all that. They tend to just have their paper packs, an ephemera pack, usually like a die cut cardstock ephemera pack, and maybe some stickers to go along with the papers, and that's about it. And so we really wanted to focus on how you can take these supplies and come up with absolutely stunning, incredible layouts and not necessarily need to have every single little bit and piece of extra stuff, I guess you could say. And I think that that's super important nowadays. We're all trying to pinch pennies. Times are tough, things are, you know, kind of crazy, and so having limited supplies shouldn't stop you from feeling like you can create amazing layouts. And I personally, you guys know me, I never seem to be able to get all the bits and pieces of every collection. Most of the time I don't even get all the papers. I might just have one or two pieces of paper, a few ephemera pieces, and I still love to work with what I can, stretch my collections as much as I can, add in bits and pieces from other places and combine things. And so that's kind of what the whole focus is going to be on in this hop. It's a fantastic idea, and I think Sandra is, she's collected just the most phenomenal scrapbooker, so please follow along. I wanted to show you the collection that I'm going to be using. It is so cute. I cannot wait. So this is the PhotoPlay We Can Just Stay Home collection, and this kind of came out of the whole COVID thing, I think, but as I start to pull it out, you'll see that this actually applies to quite a lot of stuff. So let me do the paper first. All right, so here you just get a bit of a glimpse of all of the patterns that are in it, some of the stickers and things that you can see. It's so bright, it's so fun, very gender neutral. It could be girl or boy, so it kind of works for your entire family, which is the point of this particular collection. So it is kind of, it comes from COVID and everyone being home, but it's not necessarily COVID specific. It's more just everyone being home, spending time together as a family. So we have gorgeous cut apart sheets. You know, these are my favorite. These are definitely a great way to stretch a collection because you can cut things out to get titles and embellishments and all of that kind of stuff. So here is the first page, and you have two of them, which means, oh, Luna's trying to go after the cat. So you have two of each, which means you can use both sides. And there's your beautiful rainbows. This paper is kind of the pajama party paper. It also says pajamas all day, which, let's be honest, how many of us are, you know, staying in our pajamas all day? If we don't have to go out, if I don't have to go out, I'm in my pajamas all day. I'm in my pajamas right now. So here's one side. And then there's that beautiful gingham on the other side, or plaid, I guess, on the other side. Here is just hanging with my crew. I think that's adorable. And then on the other side is that beautiful bright yellow. Here's another cut apart. I love this piece here. the stay in and stay busy, and it has your little checklist of stuff to do. That's really cute. And then the back is that bright orange with the stars. This one is kind of more on the reading, which I know we've been doing a lot of reading, family reading, and the boys have really tucked into some good book series and stuff like that. So I think that's really cute. And then the back is this heart, and it's kind of a orangey red. Here's just some really fun stripes, and then the other side is that beautiful kind of aqua color again, or teal. And then the paper pack also comes with the stickers, which holy stinking cute, right? Look at this. I challenge you to a dance off. We did that. We did all that kind of stuff. So love, love, love it. Baby bear. How cute is that? And I'm super excited about it. Some baby layouts will be coming up soon. And so there you go. You can see just these really fun stickers, and then the little ephemera pack that has some pretty versatile stuff in it too. So there's the little kind of, you know, ephemera pieces like these that you can use to embellish and make your clusters. It doesn't want to focus. Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. And then there's other fun things like tags. So here's a nice big tag. This is a smaller little banner. Here's some bigger embellishment pieces. This is one whole piece right there, for example. These little things are great for kind of tucking into, you know, layers of paper and things like that. You have tickets and all kinds of stuff. There's a frame, so lots of fun little embellishment pieces. We're gonna make a layout now, so I'm going to take you off of here and jump into a voiceover. See you soon. Hopping right into the layout, I decided to go with the plaid paper for my background. I just love that color. It's one of my favorite colors, and I think that the plaid is a really good background because it's not too busy. There's lots of stripes and there's lots of movement and there's all of that, you know, different shades, but it's at least all kind of one color. And so it gives you a lot of texture and it gives you a lot of detail in the background without competing too much for what you're going to end up putting on top of it. So I really love when you have limited supplies, trying to find a pattern paper that I can use as my background, because it does bring in just that little extra element of interest. Obviously, if that's not the look you're going for, you know, pick the right background. But yeah, I think that just works really good. I even love if you can find a pattern paper in the collection that maybe has all of the colors from the collection. So there is one here, and I will use it in some of my layers that you can see me kind of working on down in the bottom corner. There's a striped paper that has all of the colors. That's a really great background paper that you could use as well, because it pulls in all of the colors, so you know that all of the pieces that you're going to use from, like with PhotoPlay, the ephemera pack, it's all going to match because you have it there. So every color is there for you to easily pick and put onto your layout. But I just love that color, so that's what I'm going to go with. And I do still get all of the other colors in there too. And definitely when you have maybe limited pieces of a collection, it's kind of fun to you know, get a little bit of everything in there. So for me, I'm doing that with all the layers in behind my picture. So what I did is I put gesso on my background paper, and that's just pushing a little bit of the pattern kind of a little further back into the background. It isn't completely masking it, so you can see the pattern right through it. You could, if you wanted to, give yourself a much thicker layer and really, you know, white out that whole section, but I didn't really want to do that. I just wanted to give myself a spot Sorry, Luna's trying to get comfy beside me, if you hear that. I just really wanted to give myself a spot where my little splatters of color would show up a little bit better. So I didn't want to completely hide the pattern. I just wanted to kind of fade it out a little bit. And so I went ahead and did that. And then I let it dry, and then now as I'm building my layers behind my photo, I'm sprinkling some of my mists. So I'm going to go with all the colors that I have in the paper. So I'm using red, orange, teal, yellow, and kind of a lime green. And so you can see here I'm kind of on one side I'm working on little elements that I'm able to work on, and then I'm splattering, and I should probably have taken time to let them dry a little bit more thoroughly, but I am giving them some time to dry before I add the next color, just so that they're not, blending and turning brown or muddy. But yeah, it's just, I wanted to be able to have just something a little bit fun and something that kind of contrasts with those stripes. So I thought that some of those splatters of the mist would be kind of just a fun, different element. And they offer a lot of texture too. So sitting on top of that gesso, they're quite bright and the colors are really allowed to shine. They don't absorb into the paper. And then they're kind of a contrast of like stripes and dots, I guess you could say. So while all of that is drying, I'm just working on some of my other pieces. So I decided to go ahead and take some of the ephemera pieces and some of the stickers and back them with some foam. And now they kind of act like little puffy stickers. They have some dimension to them. And so they just kind of sit a little bit differently when you put them down on the layout. They have a little kind of shadow to them and some dimension. And so that's a really fun way to kind of take some of your elements, and instead of just having everything stuck down really flat, you're adding a little bit of interest to them, I guess you could say. And then my other interest, of course, comes from all of those layers behind my photo. I just really wanted to add a ton of color. And so because I wanted to do that behind the photo with all these fun little layers kind of peeking out, the more kind of muted background definitely came in handy. So I have all of my little ephemera elements, and then I went ahead and I cut one of the 4x6 cards from the cut apart sheet, and I decided to cut out the family, cut out each individual letter, so that now I can kind of use them almost like they're alphas from a thicker sheet or something like that, instead of trying to work with that whole big card. And it also gave me a little section of that kind of peachy color where I could go ahead and give my title a bit of almost like a shelf or a place where it's kind of grounded, so it's not completely floating all on its own. And I love doing that kind of thing, creating my titles by taking something that's already there and just fussy cutting it out. I feel like, you can manipulate each of the letters a little bit more, and kind of, you use them more like thicker, so you can tuck them in where you need to, instead of having to worry about trying to fit that whole big 4x6 card in there. And then there's a little blue section underneath that as well. That actually came from the sloth paper. So I also fussy cut out some of those really cute little sloths. I was going to do 5 of them, and then I realized I'm not actually in the picture. I'm taking the picture. So I only did 4 of them. So it kind of represents Kaylin, the boys, and Sean all in there. I guess the dog's in there too, but she doesn't need to be a sloth. But yeah, I cut out the 4 of them and kind of thought it would be cute to have them hanging from this little banner. So the banner is from the sticker sheet, and then I can just kind of tuck my little sloths on there. I took some twine and actually put that over top of the string that was printed on the sticker, so it gives a little bit of extra dimension too, and some different texture in there. I added a couple different pieces of ephemera. So there's 2 pieces up top, and then that big one that I kind of turned into like a puffy sticker or a foam sticker. I love doing that too. And I get my foam from Dollar Tree, so it's really, really thin. So I kind of like that because it means I can add a whole bunch of layers, or I can keep it really thin. So I added some foam behind a few different stickers and some of the ephemera pieces too. And really that's the key for me, is when you have limited supplies because you couldn't get all the pieces of a collection, or maybe the collection just doesn't have all of those elements that you might be looking for, you can find them within the papers a lot of times. Fussy cutting those images and words, that's something I do quite a bit, is I will fussy cut little sentences and words and things. I even fussy cut some of the little kind of leaves that were on the 4x6 card that had family playtime. And I tucked those in there too. You'll see them in the still shots at the end. But anything that you have available to you, you can manipulate it however you need to by cutting it out, popping it up with foam, even adding things like glossy accents over top to change the texture. Just have fun with it. And that is it. That's my layout. I think it's so cute. I love it. And it is really a ton of fun. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know Sandra would love if you hopped over to her store to check it out. And please also follow along the links to see everybody else who's been playing along today. And until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.